Fill me up. I got tooth pain. Rob and Slim Show.
Hello.
Spicoli.
I don't know.
Sir.
How you doing, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Great.
What's going on, Spicoli?
Great to get to talk to you, man.
Well, it's nice to talk to you. It's nice to put a voice to the face and talk to you guys in a normal fashion.
Yes. Instead of all the great times you've connected us with the Morgan Freeman. He's amazing.
He's a great guy, isn't he?
He is. I can't believe he called us so many times.
He called me once, and that was it. And he's called every show that I listen to, and it's amazing how he gets around.
He does. He's a podcast whore.
Yeah, he is. He's a podcast caller whore. So. Well, thanks for having me on, though.
Dude, no problem. Your show, I really like your show. I've listened to it a couple times over the years, and like Slim said earlier, you really remind me of like a real formatted radio show.
Like old school radio.
Kind of like Don and Mike comes to mind.
Yeah, I kind of started out as a podcaster. I mean, a podcaster, listen to me. I started out as a dumbass. I started out at public access.
Okay.
But I originally started working in radio.
I was going to ask if you did, because you have that, man.
Yeah, I was a caller, though, and I grew up around radio for all my entire life. I've got relatives that are in radio, and I was always intrigued by talk radio. And I started becoming a caller later on in life to some various shows around here, and I found voices I never knew I had. And I started calling on a regular basis, literally so much to where my boss hated me. He was like, dude, you're only allowed like 500 minutes on your phone, and you're blowing it up like 800 minutes a month. Who are you calling? Because I was calling shows like 10 times a freaking day.
Wow. That's crazy. What was your most frequent show?
The most frequent show that I worked on or that I called?
As a caller.
As a caller, I used to call the Cowhead Show around here all the time. He was he still is. He's #1 rated around here. He used to work for Bubba the Love Sponge back in the day.
Okay.
And he kind of migrated on his own. I'm down here in Tampa. So he kind of migrated on his own, and I listened to other shows around here and stuff, and I just, would call various voices. I liked calling some of the shows around here. They didn't screen the calls, which was the best thing. You could get right on,
Yeah.
And they would let you run as long as you didn't throw out an F-bomb or anything. They'd let you run as long as you weren't stupid, And it was amazing how much fun I had. And the first time I'd call, I used to call as a China guy all the time. I used to call and I'd go, how you doing? Yeah, like deliver you some food if you want. I don't know. And it kind of migrated into other things, and I started working for the guy and found out later on that I could do, I could do a guy that, could jump off the tightrope and drop the elbow on you like nobody's business. Yeah. And we started doing bits.
Nice.
We started doing bits in Barry and Hogan every week, and Brian Adams, who was a professional wrestler, used to come in every week, and he was Kona Crush back in the day, and he was friends with the Macho Man.
Oh.
And doing these bits, and Randy was listening to him and having fun. Well, one day he handed me the phone. And like, yeah, listen, brother, I like what you're doing, but look, you think you can bury Hogan a little bit more, when you're doing this stuff there? And I'm like, yeah, no problem, Randy. Yeah, whatever you want, brother. And, it just kind of migrated into that. And next thing you know, I started becoming friends with Brian Adams and hanging out with a guy who was cleaning his swimming pool. I'm just a pool man.
Oh, is that your trade?
Yep, I'm 40 years out here in the sun just cleaning swimming pools and listening to radio. And nowadays it's basically just open up my MP3 player with podcasts and listening to podcasts to keep me entertained, because I'm done with music. I like music, but commercial radio buried it so much down here.
Same with the talk thing. The talk thing, it drove everybody to Sirius XM or now podcasting. Yeah,
because of the, and unfortunately, we got to blame freaking Justin Timberlake and what's her name, the Miss Jackson, for pulling off her top and popping her titty out at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the
That
Super
ruined
Bowl. Yes.
And all the stuff, and then that's when everybody said, all right, we're going to crack down, and it ruined commercial radio. Completely.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're fucking right. I never thought of it that moment. Yeah, that moment on, it was over.
That was what started it, and that was the decline. And then people got into, like you said, Sirius XM and whatnot, and who couldn't afford that after a while? They started going.
And then they got real restrictive. I remember Opie and Anthony couldn't even have interns do things anymore, do stunts. It was only like their guys, their producers and all, and then they weren't even allowed to do that anymore. By the end, they were just allowed to talk.
Exactly. And I'm a huge fan of Opie and Anthony. I listen to them every time, and I'll tell you how much of a fan I am. I still listen to replays on the MP3 that I've heard probably 100 times.
Wow, dude, they were some of the best.
That's how much entertaining they were.
Best shows, yeah, dude. They had me. I listened to maybe about a month or two before the very end because, like you said, the subscription fee for XM was it was a lot. It was a lot.
Were you able to get into any other, like, the shows they're doing now, like Jimmy and Sam or the Live at the Compound or any of that stuff?
I get him off of Opie Radio. He's got a site that he has that he puts various stuff on, so I get it that way, or I find them on YouTube because they do upgrade to YouTube. So I can rip them off of there into an MP3 and put them in my headphones and listen to them whenever I want.
Cool. What show did you work for again?
I worked for, back then it was called, Outlaw 92.5. We were a country radio station that was outlaw country. They were allowed to play Freebird, man.
Right.
Every once in a while they'd throw in a little Blackfoot Train, brother. I'm like, oh, we are living, let me tell you. But they started out as an AM radio station that were just thrown on the air. They were on a sports station, and they were called the Replacement Show because they could have been replaced at any time because they knew nothing about sports, but they would crack the mic every day and talk about various stuff.
Nice.
Callers basically ran the show, and it ran
for It ran for how long?
2 years.
Wow, what a run off of just that premise.
Exactly, and then they went to the 92.5 and became a little more commercialized, and that's when I kind of meandered off and did my own thing, went to public access, because they sent me to a Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Oh, wow. I always wanted to go there when I was younger. Do you feel that helped you?
Yeah, because at first I didn't know nothing about the industry as far as the way it goes, and we were starting analog to digital, and...
Okay.
I was a computer idiot. My ass from a hole in the ground. They're like, save it on the desktop. I'm like, what's the desktop? I didn't know nothing. So
flat surface.
Exactly. I graduated in 2005, and I've been doing this probably since latter part of 2008, 2009.
Wow. I remember my friend Tino when he lived in Florida. He always told me about this. What do they call that when a station is like pirated? Was it a pirated radio station? He always told me about one down there being really cool.
Yeah, we had a few of them down here, and they didn't last very long because they got caught. But they were pretty good.
Yeah, I just always remember. That was one of the things I always remember him talking about. I used to work up here at a regular radio station, and he always told me that was a great move.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would dig on that. I like that movie Pirate Radio where the British dudes.
Right, I saw that one. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. If you can get past all the British dialogue.
Got some tea.
They're on a boat like the whole time doing the radio station on a boat. Yeah.
Offshores, it's legal.
60s, and they're playing a lot of freaking acid rock, which was pretty cool. So,
who was the guy that I'm sure you remember this, Spicoli? That Opie used to talk about from Vietnam.
Rabbit. I just played that guy.
Yeah, dude, that guy. Oh my God!
I just played some of his stuff on my show a couple weeks ago, and I was blowing my listeners away. They were like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Oh, this guy was great."
That's something.
He pirated a station in Vietnam and made his own. Because he couldn't get on the Armed Forces Network.
Yes, and I think he went in like a brothel and had it had it like just out of a room in the back of a brothel. Like,
It's amazing.
Back of a whorehouse.
and he was tripping. Yeah, he was tripping on acid the whole time, bro.
Yep. Did a show on acid, and they were talking about it. It was the funniest thing. He gave away these big rabbit T-shirts and everything. I was laughing my ass off the first time I ever heard it.
Opie had actual like cassettes or like 8-tracks of the guy. I forget how he said he got them, but somebody sent him
on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, he was.
That's
he
what I
was
love
badass.
about YouTube now. You can find anything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've fixed so many things around my house just by watching YouTube.
Yes.
I swear, I have a dryer that I fixed a year ago.
That's
I
how my
fixed
dad
car.
fixed his. Yeah, that's how he fixed his dryer, bro.
I did a lot of my car work on fucking
I did
YouTube.
too.
Yeah, that's it, man.
My water pump was leaking. I'm like, how to remove water pump from a Buick? It showed me how. I'm like, okay. Where was this when I was a kid?
Right? I had to buy that
there.
stupid manual, whatever the fuck that was. What did you?
The Chilton's book?
The Chilton's, yeah.
And Rob's found every old 80s commercial that you've ever wanted to find on
Even
YouTube.
ones that weren't up a year ago, now they're up. Like there was one called the Children's Age Society, and that wasn't up a year ago, but now it's up.
That's amazing.
Fucking amazing, bro. I love the shit. I love it and I hate it because we get a YouTube copyright claim every fucking week.
Where are you guys are in New York?
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah.
What part?
man. The scrotum, the down south.
South, yeah.
Just by like LBI or like Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, yeah.
Okay. I got a friend that's in, he was in northern New York, and now he's moved into Jersey, and he's doing a show from there, too.
Yeah.
And I found you guys through a friend of mine that's doing a podcast on another network. He lives here locally, and that's how I found you guys, and I immediately liked what I saw.
Who's
That's
gonna
why.
say you've been checking us out for a while, I think, bro.
Who was your friend that recommended us to you?
On Twitter, he's known as True Floridian,
Wow.
otherwise known as Maxwell.
I have no idea, bro.
Wow.
I know he's following you guys on Twitter, so that's how I found him.
Cool.
Or found
That's
you, so
that's crazy. I've never even
Like that,
heard of the guy.
that hidden fan base that doesn't
Yeah.
reach out to us, but they're
That's fine with me, bro.
Yeah,
Spread
man.
the word. Spread the word.
Well, I love your interviews, and in fact, the one you just had before me, Brett Myers. I'm a huge Brett Myers fan. I've been watching
he's
that guy
great,
for all
yeah.
years.
Wow. That's
So,
cool.
I was a ball player myself. I didn't play in junior high or high school. I didn't know I could play till I was like 25. And I
Dude.
started playing adult baseball.
Wow.
25 years playing adult baseball. I'm
Holy
50
shit.
now. I just retired. Wow. It's a small world, huh?
Yeah, dude, totally. That's like my buddy, when I lived in West Virginia for a few years, and my buddy Kenny, dude, he could pitch. Because he would throw these, we had called core plugs out of the middle of a big roll of paper. They were these fucking wooden core plugs. And dude, he would throw them, he would hit anything. I'm like, bro, why have you never pitched? And he said he wanted to. He always wanted to, but he just never did it, man. And like the same you said, he was in his 20s when he figured out he could throw.
Yeah, I was a dumbass in high school. I guess I spent too much close to the weed heads or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Sports,
fun.
but, you know. Maybe I would have never found this. I enjoy doing this though. I love podcasting. I think it's fun.
Bro,
I-
are you in your 9th season, it said?
Let's see, 10, yeah, 10th season.
So like 10 years?
Yeah, I've been doing this at least 11.
How have you kept going? Like I kind of think sometimes every now and then like I'd like to stop, but every now and then I'm like I need the break.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
need a
gonna
little
lie.
break.
There's been times where I'm like, oh, well, if I want to keep doing this. But
Yeah, and sometimes I'm like I don't know if I got another show in me.
I get there. Believe me, I think we all do.
Yeah.
But I think the key is having a good person to work with. I think you guys worked well together. Are
Yeah.
you friends long?
We knew each other a few years before this, but never.
Yeah, we didn't get close until we
Never that
started
close.
doing the podcast. Before that, we were, we hadn't talked. We talked here and there, but it was like I found out Rob did radio, and I was like, I want to do something. Let's do a podcast, and that's when we became friends, and we started doing this.
What about your co-host, Spicoli, Smitty? Had you guys been longtime friends?
Yeah, lifetime friends. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We've known each other probably since junior high school.
Wow.
He's about 3-4 years ahead of me. Smitty played high school baseball with Dwight Gooden and Gary Sheffield.
Wow.
And he was on the same high school team with them. He was the baseball player. So I didn't get into it till, like I said, as an adult. We started hanging out more as adults in our 20s and 30s and 40s. And we've been friends for years. And we both had kind of rough lives, and we just kind of, in the last 25 years or so, our whole goal in life is just to make one person laugh every day. Doesn't matter who it is, total stranger.
Cool.
If I can put a smile on one person's face and make them laugh every day, then I've done something.
Yeah. That's what I say about our show, and I remember O&A saying it at the beginning of theirs when I started listening. Like, they just want to give that listener a little escape from their shitty life. Like,
yeah,
their shitty existence, man. Like, just give them some time off.
Exactly. And I try to strain from being, I've watched some podcasts that are just boring as hell, and they think they're good, but they're not.
Yeah.
And there's other ones that are, they work well and they have an agenda. I think an agenda has everything for the show. I do.
Cool.
We strive in the last 4 years now on the chat board. To me, the chat board is our audience, and our audience likes to be involved, so we try to get them involved as much as possible. So when we play games and stuff, we are interactive with our chat board as much as possible, and they come back every week, and those are the ones that we try to, make happy. We got friends all over the world, and I mean, I got people from Scotland watching me every week. I got people from Denmark watching, and people from Canada watching. So it's fun. It's like we kind of strive it as we're just guys hanging out in a garage and chatting. But basically, we're in a 16 by 10 shed.
Yeah, I saw that. It's live in the shed. I think we got a caller, Robin Slim Show.
Hey, it's Jerry and Dave from Bad Cop.
Hey guys, could you give us a call back in about 9 minutes? We're still on the interview before you.
Okay, sorry, just cutting up.
What's that, guys? Okay.
We'll go with that.
Spicoli, how did you find the name for your show, Spicoli TV? How did you choose that?
Well, of course, I emulated it from Jeff Spicoli, one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I was kind of like him. I had the long blonde hair, and then the shaggy. I was the hippie, and then wore the I wasn't a surfer because I'm in Florida, but I wore the flip flops, and I liked the heavy metal music and whatnot. And
nice.
I just liked the name Spicoli, and I'm like, it was a toss up between Spicoli TV or Vidiots, and Spicoli TV just fit.
I like it. That's the first thing that it brought to mind was Fast Times when I first saw you.
If Mr. Penn, Mr. Sean Penn, is not going to recognize himself anymore as Jeff Spicoli, then I will. Fuck yourself, Sean.
That's what made you, Sean, you prick.
I'm serious. He will not recognize it. He's much into himself now. He does not care about that role. And I'm like, that's your first role. That's what got you into this, and you should remember it. You should go back and remember it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody remembers Phoebe Cates.
That one line when he's like, my dad's got a toolbox. And that shit just cracks me up, bro. I forget what he did, when he fucked up. And he's like, my dad's got a toolbox. I can fix this. Like, that shit was the best.
Well, he's repairman, bro. You can't fix this car, Spicoli.
Nice, dude. What is in store for your show in the next year?
I don't know. I mean, we're just here to have fun 2 hours on every Friday night, and that's basically it,
I like that. I love that you guys go live too, because like we've gotten so many compliments over the years about going live.
A lot of people are afraid to do it.
Yeah,
live is the only way to go.
Fuck yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah,
some of the best screw ups happen when you're live.
Yeah.
Best moments, best screw-ups.
We weren't live at first, but we always wanted to be. Like, it was like, hey, we're going to get to this point. Like, that's what we wanted to do. So it was just a matter of getting it.
What do you broadcast on, Spicoli? Because we've been having a lot of trouble with Ustream.
Ustream has been a problem. They've downgraded their product. I was going to talk to you guys about that, but suggest you try Vaughn Live. We use Vaughn, V-H-U.
Yeah, Bobby's friend uses that.
V-H...
Yeah.
What is it?
Vaughn, I know
Vaughn
what it
Live
is.
TV. That's what it's called. Vaughn
Okay.
Live TV.
Yeah.
You can embed it on your website. I embed it on the front code. Their chat board is good, and there's hardly any delay.
Aren't they are the monitors bad though? Because I checked them out a little bit, and sometimes the monitors really butt in and give people shit. And
Really?
I don't know if I want to.
The moderators?
The
We
moderators.
don't really. We have people on our board that we put in charge to watch them, and if people get out of hand, we get a few trollers, and if they get out of hand, man, they're booted out immediately.
Cool, dude. Cool.
Nobody hassles you for whatever content you're doing, though?
No, we have never been hassled for anything we've ever done.
Cool. That's awesome,
It's on the
dude.
internet. How can they hassle us for anything we do on the internet?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not showing nudity. I mean, of course, we did do a Merkin show on Ustream and got kicked off for that. But, I mean, we just had some fun, but they didn't like that.
Nah. Spicoli, we got to wrap this up, brother, but where can everybody find you and your show?
SpicolliTV.com. SpicolliTV.com. That's the easiest way. You can find me on Twitter at SpicolliTV and find us on Facebook as well.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, guys. I love your show, and you guys keep doing a great job, and we'll be in touch in the future. I want to talk to you guys one night. I want you to call my show.
Okay. Awesome,
man.
brother.
All right?
Love you, dude.
Have a good one, man.
Okay. Take care, man.
You too, man. That was awesome.
That was cool. All right, guys, we're going on break. We will be
Back with Bad Cop, Bad Cop. David J.
Hi, I'm Kevin Goatee, the editor and creator, fluffer for Comics Watching Comics, and you're listening to The Rob and Slim Show.
Unique, stylish fit.